Hi,
Hi.
it's the final 30 Tuesday of the month.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna be real, I am exhausted.
You know what? I feel you. It has been a lot of Tuesdays in a
Hmm.
row
And two book clubs.
and two book clubs. And for the first time, I can honestly say I wish there was one more Tuesday in the month because I'd love to do something else. You guys, we just discovered that there is a movie called Crackoon.
That will be getting watched post haste.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tune in or future stream. We'll be back to talk about Crackoon. I think we'll just do it. Maybe next year we'll just do like a series of like ridiculous ass movies. We'll do Velocipaster. We'll do Crackoon. What was the other one that came up in
Cocaine
that thread?
Bear,
Cocaine Bear. There was one other one. Something about a shark.
Sharknado.
No, no, it was a different one. Whatever. There's a bunch of crazy, ridiculous movies, and we're gonna do them. I think we should also. I was thinking. I don't know if I told you about this. Sometimes we don't talk about anything. I would love to do um, sequels. Just like it doesn't have to be scary sequels. Like we could just do like a festival of sequels, but the good ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Or
it
the terrible ones. I'd love to do a stream of terrible
what made you
sequels
think
too.
of doing sequels?
Because I was just thinking about a lot of these movies that we're watching that have sequels, like you can't get to Halloween without seeing all the Halloweens, all the Freddy's, like there's Scream, right? And now there's six of them with the seventh one coming up. There's how many scary movies? We could do a spoof festival. Actually, that would be really fun. Um, but yeah, I mean, people always talk about sequels, but it's like when people say The Godfather 2 is better than the first Godfather, which I agree. It's a great Godfather. We don't talk about the third Godfather. You can tell, I mean, it gets very flowers in the attic if you ask me. But yeah, anyway, here we are.
Here we are tonight to talk about Scream. This is an iconic movie, one of my favorite slashers, one of my favorite scary movies, period.
Period. Period. Hold on, I just remembered I was going to send this link to someone. AK, AK, AK. Um,
The
someone.
movie Scary Movie, which spoofed it, actually, I didn't realize how much it kind of ruined it for me
You know
because
what?
I found myself laughing inappropriately while watching
Well,
it.
we always laugh inappropriately, though.
Yeah, but there was just like moments where I would just like remember the part from Scary Movie and I would just laugh.
I've only seen Scary Movie once or twice.
I used to
Um,
watch it every day.
I don't remember which year it came out, but I remember kind of not being in the house. Like I don't know if I'd moved or something. So it wasn't something that I'd watched often and I liked it, but it was just kind of too silly for me. I was like in the era of my life where I was taking shit really seriously. And so like it was funny, but you know what? I may have seen it in German first.
Hmm.
That changes everything. It really does. Some jokes just get lost in translation. But still, it's not that it wasn't funny. I just like, yeah.
I think one of the things I know that's not the movie we're supposed to be talking about, but one of the things I loved about it, besides just like the nods to all of the other horror movies,
Mm,
were the background gags. There are so many background gags that are so funny, and I mean, I'm telling you,
I
I've
mean,
I've seen this movie so many times that like there was a point where me and Shalia, my friend from high school, where we could just like practically act out the whole movie top to bottom,
mhm,
and we knew all the lines, and we would quote them to each other constantly. I have
yeah,
seen that movie a lot, but the background gags are really funny, and the way they do the nods to, like, all not just Scream, but a lot of other horror movies was really
yeah.
funny too. So maybe we'll do
I,
that one day.
Jackie, who may or may not be joining us because her toddler is being, well, he's 5 now. I don't know if that's still a
Yeah,
toddler,
he's not
but
a toddler anymore, he's a
he's not
little
a,
boy.
he's a little boy. Well, he's given the night a run for its money. So we'll see if she comes. But she asked, she's like, are we gonna like compare to Scary Movie? I was like, we'll mention it, but I haven't seen it. I don't remember enough about it.
No, we
Um,
don't have to do
but
that.
it's like one of those ones with the background gags because people we love who do background gags and have done other movies that we like
Yeah.
are part of that movie.
And honestly, after Scary Movie 2, I don't think they were as involved because
Mhm.
it was just garbage after that. And then it became like the spoof era, and it was just like
Yeah.
so many garbage spoof movies
So
where
many
like the
movies.
the like the way Scary Movie 1 is done, like the nods to the other movies, the background gags, like there's really, really good comedy in it. It's not just like,
Right.
you know, physical
Let's make a
gags and gross
franchise.
outs. Right.
Yeah. I think that's what turned me off about it. It's like the first one, I'm like, okay. But then after that, just
It just got
any
ridiculous.
it got ridiculous. It wasn't fun anymore for me. And I think that just that era of spoofs was like, yo, it was I won't go so far as to say it was the beginning of the end of originality, but it's like when people realize like I could make like 7 movies off of this. And
Mhm.
shout out to royalties and that shit being on TV and you collecting your money. However,
No, the second
come
one was good. I don't think it was as good as the first one,
on.
but after the second one, they were just garbage, absolute rubbish.
What are you
Unwatchable
drinking?
now. I'm drinking another Stockyard Oatmeal Stout, which
Yumsies.
I got from Trader Joe's. I'm trying to do it without. There you go. You can see it with the light.
Mm.
Have it poured in a nice frosty mug.
I'm drinking eggnog in my Harry Potter butterbeer mug with a
Cheers.
Grimlock straw.
Aw, it's a birthday straw.
Birthday straw. Yeah, and that's what it is, AK. It's like we should shut him out. It is after the weigh-ins
Here.
stopped being involved and
It just wasn't funny
it
anymore.
wasn't funny. And it's like not like they do a lot of like physical comedy and slapstick or that
Mhm.
kind of stuff, but it's always really tasteful and it's always really smart.
Right.
You know, it's like if you weren't paying attention, you would have missed it, and then your brain would have been like, "Hold on, what the fuck?" And then you go back and you're like, "Oh, that was really funny."
And the jokes are very layered
The
too
jokes
when
are
they were
very
involved,
layered.
you know. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they
But this
stopped being involved and it just went down the toilet.
and the cool thing about Scream, and I think that's something that and their jokes are always like that, right? But I
Mm,
think that's something that if you pay attention to Scream, that also happens here. There's
yes.
lots of jokes, but there are layers and there's levels to
Yes.
them.
And one of the things I love about Scream. So Scream is a horror movie about horror movies.
If you didn't
And
know.
yeah. And Wes Craven Wes Craven, excuse me, he pokes fun at himself a lot. And I thought that was really funny too. Just
Mhm. I'm keeping all my jokes to myself, but you know what they are.
blunt hit back.
That wasn't it.
Um,
Bold of you to assume it was so PG-13.
yeah, Wes Craven makes fun of himself. They make fun of other horror movies. Oh, hey,
Hey,
Mitra.
Mitra.
Um, and if you're really into slasher movies, which I am, you appreciate Scream so much more.
Hmm.
It made me want to go back because one of the ones they reference a lot is Prom Night, and I haven't seen that.
Me neither. I was gonna say we should do that. Let's do Prom
So,
Night.
so I need to see Prom Night. I wonder if it's streaming anywhere. Look that up.
If it is, then we'll do it next Tuesday. Wait, Tanya, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the first time you saw Scream?
I saw Scream in the theaters in 1996 with my dad.
Mhm.
Yet another time, my dad took me to see. I know, I know, I know. And we went to. I saw the first.
Have a good stream, AK.
I saw the first and the second one with my dad in theaters. Later, AK. Yeah, I saw the first one and the second one with my dad at the movies. The second one, I remember something went wrong with, I guess it was film, I think at the time, and something went wrong with the theater, and we couldn't finish the movie, and they had to give us our money back.
What?
But
No
it was,
way.
like, so close to the end, and I just didn't get to see the ending, and obviously I couldn't go stream it, and my dad didn't want to. He gave us our money back, but I think he didn't want to go back, and I don't remember when I finally got to see the end. Can't remember.
That's wild.
Yeah, Like they were
Wait,
unable
this
to
is
play
the first movie or the second
the
movie?
second one.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yes, once again, my dad took me to see a movie I was not supposed to be watching. It was
But it was
originally
96. You're like, oh, you would have been in middle school
middle
still.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was actually rated NC-17 at first.
Was it? Why? The murders?
Yeah. They
Were
felt
they
the MPAA felt the murders were too gory, too disturbing, so they had to dial down some of the gore. Um,
in
yeah.
the early thousands said, "Hold my beer."
I know. I was saying to Radar, had this been the '80s, it would have been PG-13.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like,
Like,
you don't even see any tatas.
yeah, there's no breasts in it. PG-13.
Mm-mm. Wow. I can't remember the first time I saw this movie. I wanna say that I saw it in the theaters, because I remember it being one of those things that, like, everybody in high school was going to go see, and
Mhm.
everybody was talking about it. Um, but I remember just from the opening scene, like, it opens up, you're like, "Oh, there's a girl on the phone. It's Drew Barrymore, what?" You know? And you think she's gonna be in the rest of the movie, but she's not.
Well, it was
Um
heavily marketed that way.
exactly. She's not on the posters.
Yeah, and that was done on purpose. It was
Mhm.
done on purpose to set us up
Set us
so
up.
that we could believe anybody can get it because she, at the time, was the biggest star in the
Like
movie,
mhm.
and we
Oh my
see her
god.
first. We're like, "Boom, there goes our final girl, the star of the movie," and she's
Mhm.
murdered before the credits,
Before the credits. It's like George took
or
notes
the
or
title page,
something.
or whatever.
The title slate. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like George took notes. We should have known from Scream that, like, anybody could get it, and when we started watching Game of Thrones that, like, yeah,
Ooh,
Ned's gonna
Prom
die
Night
in the
is on
first season.
Disney Plus, it looks like.
Oh, really? Hmm. Good thing I just got that bundle. Um, yeah. But I remember watching it. Then I remember it like came out on VHS and we watched it again and again. It was a movie that we watched all the time. And I don't have TV, but if I had TV and I saw Scream on, I would watch it. I was at somebody's house recently, my parents or something, and I turned on the TV and it was on. And it was like halfway in through the middle. And I just stayed and I watched the whole thing because it really is good from top
Mhm.
to bottom. There's not a wasted moment. Everything about this movie is perfect. There's not anything that I would be like, you know what? I wish they would have. No, nothing. Nothing. And I realized, go ahead.
I was gonna say this movie also did really well based off of word of mouth, and it was
Mm,
because of how much, like, word of mouth, it became really popular through word of mouth, and that made them add to the marketing budget because they were like, "Oh,
mm.
shit, this is, like, doing really well."
Yeah,
People
must have been
started to
surprised, right? Because it's a horror movie. You're not
Yeah.
expecting the horror movie to be so sensational.
Yeah, it's a horror movie, it's a slasher when we kind of had died out of the slashers, you know,
Mhm.
people weren't really into the scream queen slasher thing anymore in
Yeah.
'96. Okay, I looked at okay, yes,
Yeah.
it is Prom Night is on Disney Plus.
Nice, gonna watch it later. Yeah, no, people weren't into like, it was those movies weren't of our time. Like, I wrote in our posts, like, "This was a movie. This was for us. This was our generation. It was
Mhm,
our first slasher, and our best slasher." And it was, what do they call I was saying it was like the modern meta horror movie
mhm.
because it's very they don't take itself it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it does reference all these other ones. And yeah, Wes Craven's New Nightmare was also, like, self-aware, but this was different. It's the movie where you're like, "Here are the rules to survive horror," and we all knew them already.
Yeah,
And so it was like it's like you're watching Michael or Freddy or Jason, and the couple that's having sex in the beginning of the movie or, like, halfway through, they're gonna die. They always do. The kids who are getting drunk fall asleep, they drown in the lake or they get pulled in the lake or whatever,
mhm.
they always die too. Um, and the ones who go out and wander by themselves and say, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna check that shit out."
I feel like
Mm-mm.
we could talk spoilers because this movie came out in 1996, right?
Yeah.
I One of the things I loved upon rewatch is how we're told who the killer is right away.
Immediately.
Right away.
Immediately. I was watching it earlier and I was like, "Yo, Scream, if we learned anything from Scream, it was to trust your gut."
Yeah.
The
Randy's
obvious
suspense now
answer is
is
the
great.
obvious.
Sydney suspects him, she was right. And even like the phone call thing when she was like, when she's like,
Mhm,
"Who did you call with your one phone
mhm.
call?" She's like, "That would have been a great way to throw me off if you were really the killer." And it's like, that's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what he did. It's so crazy because, like, man, ooh, what my favorite thing about this movie was? There were so many things when I was watching, I was like, "Yo, this was, like, the gaslighting movie of our generation too." Just like, this girl, like, everything she
Are
says,
you
he's
gonna
like, "No, no,
believe me or are you gonna believe your eyes?
why would you believe your eyes? She had a cell phone fell out of my pocket, a cellular." I love how they called it cellular.
Yes, the whole time, cellular. He
Um,
never explained where he got it from or why he had one, because that's before everybody had them.
before everybody had one, it was such a big deal. Like, even
Mhm,
Gail Weathers in her van, she's like, "Give me the cellular."
mhm.
Um, and tracking down the stuff. Oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Da, 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 da. Oh, the thing that I loved about this movie, of skipping to the end, is that it kept you guessing because when you found out there were two killers. Yo, that's, I think, what made this movie, like, what cemented it in my mind as, like, perfect.
Yeah, 'cause,
Perfection.
we think that Billy got killed.
That motherfucker.
Motherfucker, corn syrup. So I laughed at that scene because in Scary Movie, when he does it, he's like, "Ketchup, just like my mom puts on her spaghetti."
Yeah, when I did the horror makeup for Comic-Con, actually, I got fake blood and came in this package, and I was like, "Yo, this is not like, it's just dripping down my face.
Not like
This
that
is not the vibe."
viscous.
It's too, like, it was not viscous, so what did I do? I got flour and corn syrup, and I mixed it up with my fake blood. I was like, "I learned that from Scream." I learned it from Scream. I didn't taste it because I was like, "Ugh," but
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
disgusting.
just, and the cool thing, I think, when I was watching it this time, I was like, "Yo, it's not that they were lying." They're like, "Oh, this how did you get this person?" Or, "How could you have done it?" I'm like, "But they were, like, alternating, you know?
Yeah,
Plausible deniability. It wasn't me, it was actually, how could it be me?"
right.
Fuckers.
And then
So
all the times that they pop up, um, after the killer has done something.
mhm.
It's like when you go back and watch it, it's like, yeah, you're right. There is no good explanation for why you just popped up right now.
"Why are you here?" 'Cause I'm on the front porch, and suddenly, you're running around the house, you're screaming, blah, 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 and there's your boyfriend at the door, and there's nobody else there.
So when I watched it, when the principal gets killed, they just like, they show him get killed in his office. I swear I remember there was a scene where you see him hanging from
I
the
remember
touchdown,
that too.
and it wasn't in the movie when I watched
I
it.
wonder if they cut that. I feel like I remember that too.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember that. Now I gotta
Yeah,
take a look.
I feel like there was a football field scene, and they get there, and it's just like,
The
and they only
principal's
show
hanging
it for a
from
second, right? They only show it for a second, there's cops and stuff, and that's it. That's what a crazy, I mean, yeah, I was expecting it to happen, so maybe it's one of those Mandela effect things. But I guess we should, after you find that, we should just talk about the movie.
Yeah. No, go
Gotcha.
ahead. I'm looking for it, but go ahead.
I remember because watching it this time, lower my microphone. Watching it this time, or both the times that I watched it, um, I just, it's not scary to me anymore, right? It's not
Mhm.
scary to me anymore because I know what's coming, but that doesn't make it any less interesting or captivating. And I really like that about it. From the moment that Drew Barrymore answers the phone, and you're like, "Oh yeah, there's no caller ID, huh?" She answers the phone, and you're like, "I remember getting phone calls like that. I remember." I'm not going to name you on the podcast, on the stream right now, but I remember that there are guys who used to prank call my parents' house. They'd be like, try to speak to me or my sister, and they'd be very, very rude. Um, but people would call you and be like, "Oh, hey, I don't know who this is." Da, da. And then you start to have a conversation. But now I'm like, why would you do that? Just hang up. Just hang up. You're home by yourself. Um, my question that I thought about a couple times are, where are the animals that were in this movie? I saw doggy doors in more than one place.
Well, we did see the cat.
Meow. Boo. They need dogs. They live
Um,
out in the country.
Real quick,
Mhm.
the scene was cut from the final theatrical release and is available as a deleted scene. But I remember seeing it in the movie.
We probably had it like the bonus DVD or something. That's where I remember. It's like when you get those super extended cuts of movies. Huh. Good to know. Good to know. I remember being also just kind of being scared because I was never at home by myself really. In the times that I cherished it with my whole heart because there was always somebody else in the house. But I babysat a lot, you know, and going to other people's places and getting into their good snacks because the stuff that my mom wouldn't buy. It's just sometimes somebody would call on the phone. You're like, I don't know. Do I pick it up? Do I take a message? What am I supposed to do? Or you can't find the kids. Is they're off hiding or something? Or even with my siblings, I'm like, oh, where are they? They went outside. Like I was reading a book. I didn't know didn't know what they're doing. Now they're outside. I have to go find them so we don't get in trouble. And so that sense of I don't know what's gonna happen, but somebody's watching me is really scary. And a joke that's gone too far. And I don't have a boyfriend, but actually I do. Because you don't know who it is. Oh, man. I had to do that because I think the thing that gets me, it gets me about this movie every time. And it made me think of Harry Potter. That's my son. Where she's like screaming when she walks out the door and she sees Casey just hanging from the tree. But more so than that, when she picks up the phone and she can hear her. They're having such a mundane conversation up the walk. Like, look at the flowers. Yeah, we got good watering them. Blah, 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 blah. Again, in the house, there's like smoke. Don't know what's going on. And then you go to call the police because you can see something's wrong and your daughter's missing. And you hear her on the phone. That shit breaks.
And we don't get to see it, but it's like after all of that, you go inside your house and you turn your patio lights on and there's another body.
Another dead body. Like gutted.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to sell the house and move after that.
Oh yeah. You can't
stay there.
Live there anymore.
You don't tell people, you just move.
Yeah. Burn it down.
Burn it down. I feel like you got to burn it down.
Probably burn it down, yeah.
It's a nice house.
It's a very nice house. Too many doors.
Too many doors.
Around closing so many doors.
Yeah, I think Scream is a movie that, I mean, living in New York, you just kind of learn to do that too. But Scream is a movie that taught me to lock doors after myself. Come in, turn that, put on the chain. Oof, man.
It's funny because the phone call, the what's your favorite scary movie phone call, I thought that the calls were going to be a bigger part of it when I was first seeing like trailers for it back then. I don't know why I thought like there was going to be like something about the calls other than they just call and harass.
Yeah, well, Drew Barrymore effect.
Yeah.
Word is said.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I do remember thinking this is like a Drew Barrymore movie.
Yeah,
it's about like scary phone calls and something with the phone calls and you get killed.
Yeah, you know what? I was gonna say shout out to that type of marketing because now I hate watching trailers. I don't watch trailers because they give away the whole movie. I cannot. But this is like what do they call it? It was a red herring. You're like,
and a very good one and a successful one.
Love. And they get us in the second one too. You're like, oh shit, Jada gets in this movie too.
Right.
This is
Omar Epps.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They don't make it past the title slate. Yeah. I always wondered. You know what? I liked that Casey pulled the mask off. And she saw who her killer was. I really appreciated that. And then as the movie goes on, I'm like, oh man, you have all these, you're trying to figure out who's what the motives are, right? Like Stu, okay, Casey used to be his ex-girlfriend, but why else is he going along with this? Let's talk about Stu.
Peer pressure. He said so.
Peer pressure.
Or he was secretly in love with Billy and wanted to impress him. He does get very affectionate with him at times.
He does. I'm into that.
Yeah.
Oh, there must be fanfic. There must be fanfic.
I'm gonna Google homoeroticism in Scream.
Please do. Yeah, Stu is always like such a funny and interesting character to me. Guys, like you're such a dork, but like also you're so wildly inappropriate all the time. And everybody has a friend who's like,
Oh, the screenwriter has confirmed that there was like a little bit of gay subtext.
gay
That it was a little
coded.
bit queer coded.
I'm here for it.
The
Good.
screenwriter himself is gay.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, now
So
I
yeah,
love
there
you
was.
more.
So yeah, Stu was kind of into Billy. Didn't know how to place those feelings yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's only 96.
And he was like Billy Skeet Ulrich was like peak greasy hair white boy era.
Mhm.
You know, like I had a bit of a crush on him, even though I didn't understand why. It was like I was like, I don't know, like something about you like really creeps me out, but it's working. I don't know how to feel about this, but okay. But I don't trust you. I didn't trust you from the beginning. And like the whole time, like he's such an asshole from the very beginning. Like you can't blame it on mommy issues like the whole time. Like you raped her mother and you killed her. And now
So
you're like
okay,
mad that
about
she
that
won't
part.
fuck. Like,
I always thought that they thought the mother was raped because they found Cotton Weary's DNA on her.
mhm.
That's what I always assumed. And so I assumed that she actually wasn't raped. She had just slept with, well, we know that she had an affair with Cotton Weary. So I always assumed that they didn't rape her, that they just killed her, but they thought it was rape because of Cotton Weary's DNA.
Yeah, no, I always thought that she had been. Ow, fuck. I always thought that she had been. Um because of the way that they say it on the news, right? When you're first like, why is
Right.
Brittany so disturbed by this? Um,
Right.
but
They say in the news that she was raped and killed, but I think it was because Cotton Weary's DNA was on her.
mhm.
And they're like, well, his semen is in her or on her or whatever. And he killed her, so he must have raped her first, not knowing that she had an affair with him.
Yeah.
So I always thought the rape part didn't actually happen. It's just they thought that because of his DNA. Because when Billy and Stu are talking about it, they don't mention raping her.
Hmm.
They
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 did.
gloat about killing her, but
Like, what kind of person makes you? So I say this. I'm saying this knowing that we just did Victorian Psycho a couple weeks ago. Like, what kind of person wants to see somebody's insides? And is that curious and can't afford medical school, I guess. But I, yeah, no, I think that I feel like if it was rape, it was not going to be that Stu wasn't into it. I figured that Billy, loose cannon. It's always the dudes with the mommy issues who are like the worst. And then he compares it. He's like, "Oh, you need to get over it. My mom, blah 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 blah." She's like, "Your mom is not in a fucking casket, you piece of shit. And how dare you keep pressuring me to have sex?" And she says
but
that, and
yeah,
then she's like, "Oh, excuse me, if my trauma and my traumatic life is like blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Dude, why are you still talking to him?
him comparing it to his mom leaving was wild.
Him doing
Like,
anything
yeah,
to
when
center
my
your
mom
career
left,
was
I just
well.
moved on. And it's like,
I
first
just
of all,
moved
no, you
on."
didn't. You went on a killing spree. But
He's like, "I'm healed. I found my outlet."
has a little murder
No,
movie.
this whole thing is about the fact that you didn't get over it.
Yeah.
This movie exists because you didn't get over it. And you didn't even have an original thought in your head. You had to like copy everybody else.
Yeah,
Copy
because the
everybody.
movies don't make people psycho. Movies make the psychos more
More
creative.
creative. Yeah. I love that. One of my favorite quotes from the
Yeah,
movie.
definitely.
I yo, I just what I didn't catch, or maybe I did, I don't remember, is when they're going to where Tatum's picked her up and she's like they're going to her house and she's like blah blah blah, you're something something like a Wes Carpenter movie, and I was like
Yeah,
I
she said
laughed
the wrong
so
name.
hard. I was like, Wes Carpenter, I love it, because she was
Yeah.
like Wes
Did
Craven, John Carpenter, boom.
yeah. Did you notice that the janitor when Sid
Yes,
goes running, it's Freddy
he's like,
Krueger?
hey Fred.
Yeah, and that was actually Wes Craven in
Oh,
costume.
was it?
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Aw, I wish there would be another Freddy movie and that would actually be good. I miss
Uh,
Freddy as a franchise. They
yeah,
weren't all good, but I still
no,
I still
I
like them.
really only like the first one.
Really? You don't like the 3rd
Yeah,
one?
not
Dream
really.
Warriors? I love Dream
I
Warriors.
thought it was okay. I just didn't find any of them as good as the first one.
I
Like
like
Dream Warriors, I watched it. I was like, okay, this is cool, but I'm never like, oh my God, I gotta watch Dream Warriors
I love
again.
Green if I pick one, it's gonna usually be that one.
Mm.
I'll watch the first one. The 6th one, I remember the 5th one I think was horrified. That's where the one where they like show his mother trapped into the asylum where they
Oh
lock her
yeah.
in. That one is for that like scene where like all the men are looming around her. That shit has stayed with me my entire life, and it's terrifying.
I think part of it for me, because all right, I'm a person who does not love sequels. I love one and done. I love one and done with movies. I watch all of the John Wick movies. I would have been happy if they just did one.
Mm.
I've watched the Freddy ones, really only needed one. And with particularly with Freddy, I don't want backstory about his sad life. I want him to just be evil.
His life wasn't sad. He was just evil.
Yeah, but like, it gets into like his mother and the things that happened to her, and it's like maybe
Mhm.
that's what made him what he is. And like, no,
No, he was
I
just
want
evil.
him to, yeah, I want him to just be this evil guy who loves doing evil things,
And we
you
talk
know?
about this all the time. Like, this is one of the reasons that the first time I watched The Grinch, I was really turned off by it. I'm
Mm,
like, why can't he just be angry and mean? Why do I need to know that he cut himself shaving and everybody made fun of him? Like, he
yeah,
was great. Like, no, just let him be mean.
just let him be an asshole. But I do love the Grinch though.
I know. And we did it. And like, I was like, okay, an adult, I watched it again. I was like, oh, actually, this is really funny. Again, because of all the little gags.
Yeah,
All the little
yeah.
gags. What's our homie's name? I keep forgetting his name.
Who?
The horror movie expert,
Randy.
Randy.
I remember thinking that Randy was gonna get killed on that couch where he's like, Jamie, turn around. And it's so funny because his name is Jamie and he's saying, Jamie, turn around.
Mhm.
And then the killer's right behind him. I thought he was gonna get it when I
Me
first saw
too.
that.
I was so waiting for that to happen because like it's so meta. It would have been like, oh, look at you. You're the guy who knows all the rules, and here you are in the place by yourself.
There's
And
a point where like the end when they realize he's still alive, where he's like, I've never been so happy to be a virgin.
yeah,
But he
yeah,
drank alcohol.
he did drink alcohol, but he didn't break both
One of the
rules. But
rules.
was he drunk?
He was definitely drunk.
Was he
His speech
wasted?
was slurring and stuff.
Hmm. Drunk.
Yeah.
Debatable.
He broke the rules.
He just had a couple beers.
He
And
was
if
a
there
high
are
school
American
kid.
beers, you really get drunk. Like, how many American beers is I mean,
I
no,
think
I
you
take
got
that
school
back.
before you get drunk.
American beers back in the 90s. Shout out to all
Yeah.
you craft brewers, but, like, you have to drink, like, 12 cases, says the beer snob from Germany. Uh, yeah, I enjoyed Randy the whole time because he's, like, such a nerd, and as a nerd who's nerdy about specific things, I really respected that. And I was worried for him the whole time because I'm like, "Oh, man. He knows who the killer is too. He's calling Billy out left and right."
He's the first person who says that it's Billy.
He's like, "It's gotta be this dude.
Yeah.
It's gotta be him. This is
And
what if it was me, this is what I would do."
Mhm.
And
And he
he was
was
doing
right.
all those things. He was right.
He was right.
Oh, man. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad because, like, we always talk about how horror movies would end, like, immediately under certain circumstances, and I like the time that you come into my room and you're like, first of all, I'm really suspicious. Like, you come in here and you're like sweating. Oh,
Jax is here.
well. We have a special guest. You come in, you're greasy and you're sweating. I'm gonna be suspicious of you. Um, no, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage for one of her favorite movies. Um, we bring you my sister, Jax. Oh, I thought you were gonna do it.
Oh, I got it. Wait,
Hello.
you were going to.
Hello.
Welcome.
Jax. Welcome, welcome.
Shout
Way
out
to
to
insult your
Fletcher.
sister. Good grief.
I didn't insult you. What are you talking about?
Greasy and sweaty.
Oh no, not you.
No, we're
Talking about
talking about
Billy.
yeah, we're
Oh,
talking about Billy.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you traumatize your siblings. You know, they carry it with them forever.
yes. It's been
Yes.
carried. Hello, Seamus.
When was the first time you saw Scream?
Oh my. Probably when I wasn't allowed to watch it.
That tracks. So
Probably when I
saw
wasn't
it with
allowed
us.
to watch it.
You probably saw it with us then.
Yes.
It's the benefits of having older sisters.
Proud to say that that is one of my favorite scary movies, if you can even call it a scary, like a horror movie.
Well, it is. It's a slasher.
Eh,
You know, there's different kinds of horror. This is slasher horror.
yeah, but a lot of suspense thrillers are also considered slashers.
Okay, but this is slasher horror.
Sorry, my dog wants to go outside all of a sudden.
Oh,
This is one of
Jackie
those
came
where-
on and I was like, this is so loud. My headphones were not connected the whole time.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were talking about like when the movie would end if the protagonist was one of us. This is one where you can't save yourself. What do? What could Sydney have possibly done? Her dad's out of town. Where can she go?
Yeah,
You're not
and
safe
he was
in your
he was
own
gonna get
home.
her. He was determined to get her.
Yeah.
To get her. You know, like there's that part where she agrees to come to the party and Stu's like, yeah. You know, I'm like, well, Stu, why did you kill your girlfriend? To be with Billy.
Oh, Rose.
Yeah, Rose. I love her. I love her in this movie. She's so funny and so cute the whole time.
Banging
I loved
body.
when she was basically like, Sydney, I'm gonna hold your hand while I tell you that your mother was a slut.
Basically, you know,
And we all know.
it's so
time you've
funny
accepted it.
because this time I don't think I mean, I guess I picked up on it before, but not really. But this time when I was watching, I was like, oh shit, your mama was a hoe. Like for real.
Mhm.
Like, hey, Shamey. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Seamus.
This is my dog, Seamus.
He's so cute. He knows his mama. Ew. Gross. That's the
Excuse me. It's not about you. Get down.
So yeah, it's like she hears it, like the people keep talking about her, the town's talking
the
about
bitchy
her.
cheerleader. What did that sound?
What was that sound?
A bitchy cheerleader in the bathroom.
The bitchy chair. Yo, I would have wanted to come out and fight.
Absolutely.
Like, I would have kicked it. I was like, no, you have to fight the bitchy cheerleader in the bathroom. Are you
You have
kidding?
to.
Like,
You
I know
have
that
to.
you're traumatized, but like, no.
Yeah. That was, honestly, when watching the movie, I wouldn't have been surprised if Rose McGowan ended up being one of the bad guys.
Really?
Yeah. Cause like she was like, I don't know, like the way that you guys just reminded me of what she was saying about her mom. It was just like almost a frenemy kind of a comment.
I don't know. I think she said it with love.
No, yeah, it was with
She
love,
didn't
but then
say,
like
your mom was open like the 7-Eleven, you know, or like any of
Mom
these
was
other things.
she was friendly with her front.
yeah,
Friendly with
but
the
it was
front.
like I was hoping not, of course, and I'm glad that I was wrong, but like it was almost like too nice, too friendly, and then like too on your side almost to the point of being two-faced. Almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like too nice to your face, but then like plot twist, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, the way the rest of the movie went, I could see that being a possibility.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to pause for the cause real quick and say that she said, my mom always says, you can only walk into so many rooms that smells like shit before you have to stop and check your own shoe, you know? And she basically says that to Sydney. She's like, rumors, you can't one, you can't prove a rumor, and two, everybody, what if it was true? Everybody kind of knew it. She was like, she was an unhappy woman. I was like, I wish, in my head, I'm always thinking that she says that she was a lonely woman, not unhappy, but whatever. It was the 90s. But the thing that she says after that, she's like, like the Richard Gere gerbil thing.
I was like, damn, Richard, you're catching strays.
Catching strays, that poor man. And I looked it up and I was like reading about it because I was like, I forgot that this was a thing, but I remember hearing
I
about this
remember
when I
that
was in
too.
high school, right?
That was a big one. The little Kim getting her stomach pumped was a big one.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
And it's like you grow up and you're like, there's just no way that happened, But when you're like,
Oh my
12, you're like,
God.
oh my God, scandalous.
Jackie, do you
Yeah.
know this one? Do you know that one?
No, I don't remember that one. I guess that's out of my age wheelhouse.
Yeah, you were Jackie's 3 years younger than me, so
Yeah, basically the rumor was that she had so much cum in her stomach that they had to pump her stomach.
Oh man.
Like as an adult, you're like, yeah, that did not happen.
no.
But when you're like a 12-year-old, you're like, oh my God.
That's totally true.
Like I remember in my high school, the rumor was about this girl who was so loose that her tampon fell out in class. And it's like, that didn't happen. That's not how tampons work. But like at the time, we're like, oh my God, it's
Didn't do her
hot dog.
kegels.
There was one for in our school about a girl who got a frozen hot dog stuck in there and had to go to the emergency room. And if you think about it, you're like, wait a second. This math doesn't math. Now
No.
that you're an adult, you're like, how is this? No. And we were all so gullible. We're all so gullible.
There was one when I was in college that I think had some truth to it. But it was a girl who I think she was attempting a DP and got split.
Ooh.
What I remember that actually happened was like someone did call 911 and like take her to the hospital, and somebody was yelling, "What you gonna tell your mama?" And but yeah, the rumor was that like she was attempting a double or a triple or something with some big guys, and
wow.
didn't use enough lube. I don't know.
Guess not. Same with that gerbil.
Going the other way.
Well, good thing my life is boring. Holy moly.
Oh man. That shit is crazy.
I went to a
Poor
football
Richard
school.
Gere. You didn't deserve that.
No, he did not deserve that stray.
Everybody was so mad that he was so good looking and charming and just like there's no dirt on him ever.
Yeah.
Well, he's stained now.
He's
Is
stayed
he?
now. He's had what he do.
He's stained now. That rumor will forever follow him no matter what.
Oh, you mean that?
Oh.
I thought you were
Oh,
gonna
I
say he has like had a scandal. I was like, no, not my Richard Gere.
not Richard Gere.
Oh, a movie we should do that I love him in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We should totally do Chicago.
Oh, you should invite
Mitra,
Bess for
you
that
want to
one.
join us for Chicago?
I love that movie. I'll tell you now, I love the movie more than the stage show, which I've seen twice.
I've never seen the stage show. I've only seen the movie.
No, Chicago's great. Catherine Zeta-Jones was pregnant when she filmed that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
She was dancing and shit. Good for her.
Oh yeah,
Titties
that was
came
awesome.
Mm.
I see, Mitra.
I love Chicago.
1,000%.
I
10,000.
love that movie.
100,000.
But
I love that
we'll
movie too.
Yeah.
We do it. We'll get into because I could talk about Chicago all night.
Is it Maya in that one too?
Yes.
Yeah, this is my girl. I love Maya.
Yes.
Boom. Yeah, man. You know who we haven't spoken about? We have not mentioned yet. The reporter gets hit in the fucking face, and her boy lover.
Weathers. Why did her mama give her such a weather-related name? Like, really, Gail? Well, it's like Northwest, right?
Yeah,
Like, well, your last name's already Weathers, so I might as well call you Gail. Get it?
yeah.
Like, Mom.
I'm thinking she changed her name.
You
No,
think
she
changed
complains
it?
about it.
I'm assuming that she changed her name to probably be like the meteorologist and then like set her sights higher or something
No,
like
but
that.
she
Does she?
complains about that being her name.
Yeah, to Dewey.
Yeah, to Dewey.
Ugh.
Her mother definitely did that to her. When they're talking about Dewey's name being Dwight, which like
and she was ill,
like so yeah, which I'm like so many Jamaicans were offended in that moment.
right? It's so funny because fast forward and when I hear the name Dwight, like if you're not going, oh, Eisenhower, I'm always like, oh, The Office.
Mhm.
Dwights are cool. Dwights are cool. Who knew that Dwights would become cool? But yeah, you'd have to be Caribbean to understand that this is like not an uncommon name.
Shots fired across many islands. Many islands.
That's so funny. Yeah, I really like the dynamic between Dewey and Tatum, that brother sister thing that they had going on, because it was so believable. That chemistry was so cute. So cute. I love the part where she's like, "Oh, she's gonna spend the night," and he's like, "Does mom know?"
When he's like, Mom said when I'm wearing
Yes,
this badge, you have to
Doofus.
treat me like a man of the law. It's like, of course, your mom had to tell her that.
It's so cute.
And also, a thing about Dewey, which he's supposed to be a trained police officer, terrible, terrible trigger habits. He has his finger on the trigger all the time. You are not supposed to do that. Terrible, terrible gun safety from
Take a
him.
deep breath and talk about the police. It's like I can't.
He's just so green.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
that's
25.
what happens when you're not trained properly. You know, like one of the first things that you learn when you're in ROTC or training for the military is to keep your fucking finger off the trigger.
I've never been trained in the military or ROTC or anything like that. And the first thing someone said to me the first time I ever held a gun was, you never keep your finger off the trigger unless you mean to pull it.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 lessons. Keep your finger off the trigger unless you mean to pull it, and treat every gun like it's loaded.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. You're supposed to keep it on the side of the weapon all the time.
What do they say about swords in Game of Thrones? Don't unsheath your sword unless you plan on using it.
Yeah.
Robb Stark.
Yeah, unsheathed his sword, so got his ass killed.
Mm-hmm. We should just do that all over again. But yeah, he's nervous and he is green and he has no partner. They keep sending his ass out in the streets alone.
I mean, it's this little tiny town. They only have 16 officers.
And he's the deputy.
And you've
Yeah.
seen his
25.
superior. That guy's cringy enough.
Yeah, and the only time they've had a big crime was the murder of Maureen Prescott, and they
A year
figured
ago.
that's all wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the kind of town where this type of thing happens.
Is Scream 2 the one where they actually talk to Cotton Weary, aka Sabretooth?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. I vaguely
Yes.
remember that.
Yep. And then Scream 3 is when he has
I haven't
a
seen it.
show.
Talk show
Oh,
host. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I do remember that too. Okay, maybe I have seen Scream 3.
yeah. The one I haven't seen is the last one. The last 2. I haven't seen the last 2 yet.
3.
The new ones with Jenna Ortega.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen the last 2 yet. Although I'm about to remedy that.
I watched the Jenna Ortega one a couple months ago, actually.
How was it?
I thought it was actually good.
Yeah.
And Neve Campbell's in it, and what's her name? Courtney Cox. That's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's in it. They reprise their roles on some. Okay, been there, done that. This is how you get out of it.
Here are the rules.
Here are the rules.
Here are the rules in case you didn't learn.
I think what makes this movie so scary to me is, one, that you're in your own home and you're not safe. Even if you're not alone, you're still not safe.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, it's the closest people to you. So now you don't even know who to trust ever again.
Never trust.
Who can you trust after that?
No one. And the thing about it is, there are all these signals in the movie that something terrible is coming, right? They're all watching TV. They're talking about Jamie Lee Curtis's great sets of lungs. And Stu was like, yo, babe, go get me beers. But after the doorbell rings a couple times, right? So he's got an excuse. He's got an alibi. He can go and leave and answer the door while she goes and gets the beers. And nobody's going to wonder because she went to get the beers. And everybody
Randy had
all kinds of
just
things.
said, you do not
What
go
am I,
off
your
alone.
beer wench?
Yeah. He had just
Mhm.
said you don't go off alone.
And they both went off alone.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody questioned why he came back wearing completely different clothes.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because when they're first at the house, he's got his Hugh Hefner robe on, right?
Oh, right.
And he's chilling, and then he comes back and he's in this fucking sweater. And you're like, oh.
Was he wearing a sweater under the robe though?
No, I don't think so. I think I feel like I saw chest, but he had to change his clothes. Why? Because she threw beer at him.
Yeah. He would have come back soaking wet.
Soaking wet, smelling a beer. And that's a smell you can't shake.
No, you
Just
cannot.
Because yeah, because wasn't Billy upstairs with Sydney at the time?
No, not yet.
Mhm.
She she
When did he get there?
he got there after everybody ran off to go see the principal's body because he
Oh.
was killing the principal to create this diversion. So he had to kill the principal and then get there. Everybody went to go see the body, and then he arrives.
Hmm.
And that's why they're like alone and, talk
Right,
or
right.
whatever.
Oh man.
Yo, it's so crazy. Like from the way that he tries to convince her that it's not him, this gaslight, like, what? It's me, you know me, Sid. He's like screaming her name like left and right, and then he like runs into her in the hallway and he's like, oh, my girlfriend would rather get me arrested than touch me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Hit him in the face. Hit him in the face
Gaslit the
3
shit out of
times.
her.
Yo, it's the
It's like
yellow
you were the fucking
wallpaper
killer the whole
the
time.
whole time because you're sad about your mom leaving your dad. Why is it Sydney's mom's fault that your dad was like loose in the front?
Well, that's who his dad had an affair with while his mom left. So
Well, his dad could have just not had an affair.
that's true. It's true. But, when somebody gets cheated on, do they fight the husband who cheated on them or do they go fight the other woman?
I've never understood this.
It's easier to blame the outsider than it is the
person
the
who
other
actually
party.
And, I wondered, oh no, yeah, they did say they'd been together for 2 years because I was going to say, did he start dating her after her mother died? But they said they were together for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, we were used to be hot and heavy. I'm like, yo, are you really going to do
Like
this?
when you were 15, like, please calm down.
Yeah. He's just such a jerk. Like there's, meanwhile, in the rest of the 90s, all the songs are like, you know what? I'm not trying to pressure you or I want you to like let's wait a while or all these girls are talking about and that's Janet, right? That's earlier, but people are talking about taking their time. Let's be lovers. Let's be friends. And they just like skipped past all that. I was going to tell you before. I made a playlist on after I watched this movie because I'm a compulsive playlister. And it's called actually I forgot what I called it. But basically the theme of that playlist is like the rock songs that people in these movies, like white teenagers lose their virginities to in horror movies, because it's always the same vibe. It is always the same vibe, and I find that to be incredibly funny.
Have you guys already discussed Drew Barrymore's death scene?
Which part of it?
All of it.
We talked
about
it.
Oh,
but what did you want to say about it?
No, I just wanted to see if you guys like have become desensitized to it, or if you've same, or if every time that because I've watched the movie quite a lot, and if like you still feel that knot in your gut every single time that you watch that movie.
Absolutely. And I think that's what makes this movie like a masterpiece too.
One of the things I loved, one of the touches, to remind you that these are teenage boys doing these killings, is how often he gets like the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
The killer.
My mom used to comment on that when we watched it. She was like, we should have known that these were inexperienced killers and like not very strong guys, because they're getting knocked over left and right.
Yeah,
like these girls didn't take self-defense classes. Everybody's able to get them off their feet. And that part is I think that is a really nice touch, because it gives you hope a little bit that you could fight somebody off.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, they're not supernatural. Like these are just teenage boys.
Exactly. And that goes against, and you're right. It is a nice touch, because like everything else we know about slashers up until this point is like, you can't fight them. You might like get a 1-2 and they just stare at you and you're like, oh shit, it's too late. And then your stomach is like on the outside. There's like this superhuman strength, and it's like they're impervious to anything that you do.
There was a real life murder that was inspired by this.
I saw I think on Hulu or something, there's like a documentary. It's like The Real Scream or something.
Is there? Hold on, let me look up
Yeah, I saw it last night when I was looking for something, and I was like, oh, I had no idea.
It like
But yeah.
leads me to wonder, like, if that were to ever happen to, God forbid, like if that were to ever happen to me, like you're watching the movie and like, oh God, if that were me, I'd be doing this, I'd be doing that, I'd grab that knife and I'd stab him back. But then if you were in that moment, would you actually be able to do that? You know what I mean?
I mean, I
Like
can imagine
all the
myself.
adrenaline pumping, would you have that thought process? Probably
No.
not.
I mean, I can imagine I'd be kicking and trying to scratch and stuff
But
like that, but I
definitely,
don't think I'd have the wherewithal to be like, and then I dodged and grabbed the knife, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a
Mhm.
trained fighter. Like,
Yeah.
you go into survival mode if you're not like trained for that kind of shit. Like, you just go
Yeah.
into survival mode, so it most likely would be kicking, scratching, biting. You know, who knows how to
Yeah.
really handle a knife in a knife fight?
Yeah.
You're more
Like for
likely to
me,
cut yourself.
like for me during her whole oh gosh, like for me during her whole death scene, I think one of the most like gut-wrenching things was when she was on the phone with her mother, when
Mhm.
the phone was still like on the off the hook or whatever, and her mother could hear her being stabbed. You hear the you know, like that made me want to like it actually made my stomach turn. And then when he was dragging her and the phone was still in her hand and her mother could hear everything, I
Let me
was like,
ask you guys something. Now that you have kids, does that scene hit different?
the
Fuck
scene,
yeah.
the
Hearing her daughter on the phone.
yes.
I don't think they would have gotten me to leave, even though like he's telling her to leave to call the police. I don't know if it would have got. I don't even know if I would have been able to go get the police because I feel like my instinct would be try to find her, even though it's like I'm gonna get myself killed too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
would be out
wanna
of that
do that.
house looking for my kid.
I mean, I don't know. She should have won something for that whole scene because it's so believable. The woman who plays Casey's mother, because
Mhm.
like she gets the phone and she hangs up or whatever. When they hang up on her and she's looking, he's like, go, go. And she's like, not my daughter, not my daughter. You know, that's what I was telling Jackie. We talked about that's my son or that's
Yeah.
my boy.
Cassie Joe Stoddard. That's the
Cassie
girl
Jones
who was
daughter.
killed. The boys who killed her were friends of hers from school, and they were inspired by Scream. She was house sitting, and they hung out with her, and then
It was a copycat murder.
yeah, she was house sitting, and her boyfriend and the guys were hanging out with her, and then they left allegedly to go watch a movie, but one of them like left the door unlocked or basement door or something like that unlocked so that he could get back in without her knowing. So they waited, they broke back in and waited and killed her, but they got caught. Obviously, they're in prison. And her boyfriend had left, but she was kind of scared, and he asked if he could sleep over, and his mom said no, but she can sleep over here. But she
Mhm.
didn't want to go because she was like, she's supposed to be watching the pets and she's supposed to stay at the house, so she didn't want to go sleep over there. And it's like,
Damn,
damn, if only she had gone over there, it would have foiled their plans.
my God. I gotta say, I've told a couple people this. I don't know. This might be the first time Jackie hears the story. But after this, after this movie came out, once upon a time when I was a reckless teenager, I used to sneak out of the house. My boyfriend would come tap on my window, and I'm in my 40s now, mommy and daddy. You don't watch this anyway, but I remember that one night I was like in my bed, I was asleep, and like I would always wake up for the at the window. It didn't matter how quiet it was. I would always wake up and I turned over my bed and I looked and I was like, huh? And so then I walked over and then suddenly I see the Scream mask, but the version that has the pump where the blood is running down the face. And I almost died. I was telling Mitra earlier, I was like, the only reason that I didn't actually scream out loud was because I didn't the scream that I would have scrumped would not have been anything compared to the one that I would have been screaming had my parents found out what was happening down there. Like knowing that they came to pick me up and like just I was so angry at them. Like how dare you? But
It's
yeah,
horrifying.
scared the shit of me. And
And
like
by
it
the
was
way,
like
when he
the
came
regular
over
mask
to
would have
knock on
been
the window,
scary.
sound traveled.
Oh well, whatever. Shout out to you guys. I only had to pay to get back in the house once when shout out to my sister Bess, the extortionist. Locked the door, locked my window, and then also locked the door to the balcony. And she waited for me. And she waited. And I couldn't get into the bathroom. I couldn't get into the door because like the way that our bedrooms were in the basement. So when you open the door, it like opened up like into the yard. So you had to climb up and walk out into the yard.
It was so
don't know.
awesome.
Like, but she locked the bathroom window, which was always my backup. Lost my window because I think somebody else was staying in there, and I went around to the balcony, and I was just like, oh man. I went and I looked, and she just got up on the other side, and she was standing there like this,
That's
and I was
hilarious.
like, and she was like, I was like, come on, let me in, and she was like.
That is so funny.
And I was like, she was like, your money? She was like, yeah. I was like, all right. I was like, I'll give you like $20. And she didn't expect me to say that much. Right. So she was like, I had to pay her $50 to let me back in the house.
Did you actually pay her?
Of course I paid her. I didn't want her to tell on me. Yeah.
Dang.
I should have learned to do that earlier.
The story is, and she honestly was like, I didn't think you were going to say that much. So I wanted to see how far you would go.
That is
I'm going to ask her about that, see what she says.
She'll tell you the same exact thing. You know, and I think about that. Like, my parents would have been terrified to know that we were outside at, you know, whatever time in the morning, running around in the streets. Like, we lived in a very quiet neighborhood, so like nothing terrible ever happened. So it was safe. I remember like walking around 4 o'clock in the morning just because I couldn't sleep, just, you know, walk around the block. But to know, I feel like, you know, we always talk about kids not being able to go outside and do all these things, but like being raised in movies like this, where you know that like it's the people who are closest to you who are doing the shit, like Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Glucose, Glad, all those people. They're not people that you know. They're not in your circle. And here come your best friends, the people who you are letting pound you out, taking a knife to your guts.
Also, fuck Stu for offering up his parents' bed.
Let's talk about that.
One of my favorite lines when he's like, "Did you really call the cops?" And she's like, "You bet your sorry ass I did." He's like, "My mom and dad are so mad at me."
His whole thing. Go ahead.
Sorry. Did you guys know that when Billy threw the phone at Stu's head, that was actually an accident?
Yes. So when the line
and him saying, "You hit me with the phone, you dick," that was actually improv.
Yes.
And they kept that in the movie.
So was my mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. That was improvised as well.
Oh, that was too?
I love that.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
I mean, as an ensemble cast, they all killed it. I loved just everything about them. To me, just felt natural. I felt like I was watching a group of friends who like would naturally be hanging out. You know, you have the stereotype, right? You've got like the super fun girl who's like a little bit bitchy, but like still your best friend. She'd hold your hair in the bathroom if you were puking, you know. You got your nerdy friend who's like the video expert. I would say that you
secretly in love with Sydney.
The fifth wheel.
The fifth wheel, right? Then you have like Sydney, who is like, you know, the traumatized girl that people want to protect, and oh my god, for her, she's used to everybody talking about her. Then you've got the class clown, and I want to say that you've got Billy, but he's not a jock, and he's not exactly like counterculture dude either. He's not like in this. He's not. No, it's not even emo. It's like because the girl in the bathroom, she's like, "Oh, her bubble butt boyfriend Billy." I'm like, what does that even mean? Is that a good thing
Bubble butt boyfriend Billy.
So is he a bottom? Okay,
I was reading about like the casting and stuff, and they said that in the beginning when they're at the fountain talking about it and being silly, that the guy Skeet Ulrich didn't know that there were supposed to be comedic elements. So he really couldn't understand why they were making jokes about it. So like him like looking at them like it was like actually real.
Oh, no way.
He thought they were supposed to be like serious.
That's so funny. I'm glad they let the tape roll on that, because when that's happening, like, you know, that that Sydney is uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. And watching his reaction, you're thinking it's because he's like, oh man, you guys, come on. This just happened to her last night. Like, it's fucked up. These are scary things. Why are we talking about it? Like, this is obviously triggering her about her mom. But then I'm also looking at him and be like, you know what? I don't trust you.
and like now I want to know which one of I guess Stu probably killed Casey, right?
Yeah, I think Stu killed Casey.
I try to figure out who killed who.
Didn't he have a crush on her?
Both there. I think that they were both there, but they used to date, and then she dumped him for Steve.
I think they both have to be there in case the victim gets too far and they have to come for backup.
Well, I think they both did, because like they fucking Billy goes over to Sydney's house and Stu goes over to Tatum's house.
Right. Alibis.
Mm-hmm. They both had the alibis. But like, if I was Sydney, I would be like, wait a second, you've literally never come over here before in the middle of the night. And now this thing is happening. And then this thing happens with you, and nobody knows where my dad is. But also, The Exorcist made you come over here?
I was watching
Like,
the
he was being
The
so
Exorcist.
shitty. It was like, yeah, all the
So
good parts. It
shady.
was for TV, so all the good parts were edited out. Like,
Ugh.
reminded me of Us. Like, bitch.
I've told Tanya this before. For me, like, I like scary movies to a certain, like, I like scary movies. We're talking about Scream. We do spooky season every year, right? There's like a degree, there's a point which I won't watch anymore. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, never gonna watch it. I watched the first 3 minutes when they did the remake in the early 2000s. Me and my ex-boyfriend were sitting there watching TV. Like somebody's got their head split open in front of a TV. I was like, nope, can't do it. He's like, I was like, I don't want to watch this either. We're like, all right, but you know, in dating people, when a person who I am interested in or like dating or whatever, when they tell me that they really love scary movies, I go, uh-huh. But then I ask them what kind, because the type of scary movie I have found, depending, the type of scary movie can be a red flag, right? Scream, okay, you like to laugh. The Exorcist, Jason, Freddy, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Human Centipede, I'm going to start side-eyeing you,
I never
right?
watched that.
Me neither. I was in college and like we were going to a friend's house. I all had beers or whatever. We were going to a friend's house. We like hung out. And after they were going to another person's house. I was like, oh, what are you guys going to do? Like, oh, we're going to go watch the Human Centipede. I was like, I'm going home. They're like, come on, Nikki, let's go. I was like, why do I want to see that? I have zero desire. But then there was a guy who was telling me about Faces of Death.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen it. I heard about Faces of Death from my babysitter when I must have been like 6 or 7. And he told us, I don't know how we got onto the topic or heard him talking, but he was talking about Faces of Death. It was a scary movie, except they're not made up. They're actual deaths that were caught on camera at the time, you know. And I remember the thing, like there are people skydiving and the parachute doesn't open and somebody was filming it, you know.
What babysitter was this?
I'm not going to shout him out, but I love him. He also taught me how to gleek, which I still can't do, but he tried. Then there's like a scene from there that's like people talk about where I guess somewhere there's like a delicacy where they like have a monkey and they crack its brains open.
I've heard about that.
Right. And so all of these things are caught on tape. And this guy told me that, oh, he's like, oh yeah, you know, the scary movies like Faces of Death. And I'm like, but Faces of Death, that's real. And there's more than one. That's like a whole series.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, no. And then it turned out that he was like literally a psycho. So screening process includes,
oh my God,
what's your favorite scary movie is actually in my list of questions.
You just reminded me of some actual horror movie shit. Because we all saw like Overtime, just FYI. But when I was in college, I hung out with these 2 guys that my friend knew. I was visiting her in Atlanta at the time. And we hung out with these guys. They were cool or whatever. One of them...
I will be right back.
Okay. One of them took me to...
Wait, no, you broke the rules.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, one of them, he was super nice. He took me to the airport, which, you know, is a big deal, especially in Atlanta.
Huge deal. Yeah.
Super nice guy. And then I found out that he tortured and murdered somebody.
The fuck?
Yeah. Like another classmate. He kidnapped, tortured, murdered him, put him in his trunk, and was like driving around with him. Yeah.
So in retrospect, were there any points in that drive to the airport in which you feared for your life?
Nope. None of the time I spent, we hung out. We went to a few parties. Like I hung out with him over a few days. And like we went to parties together it was like not just me and him, but like a group of us. Yeah. And my friend told me about it later, and I don't remember his name now, But I remember like she told me about it and I looked it up and I was just like, I just like couldn't believe it. I was like, but he seems so normal. And Scream reminds me of that. This was long after I saw Scream, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like one of those like you really don't know who's around you.
And I think that's the other thing about Scream is that everybody seems so normal. You know, like Billy is like, all right, you know what, Billy, I take that back. His stereotype comes across as the kid from the other side of the tracks,
Yes.
right?
Which Scary Movie makes fun of.
Right, like the boy that you're not supposed to be going out on dates with, but like, and not even like the tortured poet, just
the tortured.
the tortured. You know, he's like the bad guys in all those movies, but try to come across as sweet and tries to keep selling it. Like, I don't think that I was surprised when it turned like, because you say they tell you from the very beginning, it's him.
And Randy's right. He's like, look at him.
Look at him.
Look how he acts. Like he acts like a person who would probably kill someone. And Randy was right.
Randy was right. And he's the expert.
Randy.
He's the expert. Wait, does he make it through many of the other movies?
Not all of them, no.
Not all of them? Okay.
Eventually bites the dust.
Aw. Well, I hope it was a glorious death. If it was bullshit, I'd be so upset, but I guess I'll have to find out for myself.
Find out.
But yeah, no, just terrible person. Like, Billy's irredeemable. I feel like Stu is also I don't know if this is fake news or not, but it might be. That he's supposed to be coming back for the 7th one.
Why would he come back for the 7th one?
That's what I'm saying. I watched that death and I was like, he got electrocuted. A TV fell on top of his fucking face.
And he had already been stabbed almost to death.
Yeah. And he's not in any of the other movies, but they're like, oh, there's some reason why. I'm like, you know what? This feels like some AI generated content.
It just doesn't make sense, especially like decades later. It's not like it's not like they can do a flashback with him.
You know, like, how are you going to retcon your way out of that? Psh, please.
Like he lived and nobody ever said anything, including his family.
Sorry, my light turned off.
And what about their families?
freaky.
You know, Jesus, are your doors locked? Well, you have 2 dogs. You will, and your dogs bark at literally everything. So
Everything.
You will be warned.
And I have my 5-year-old, so I'm protected.
That kid. I love him. I'm trying to think of like there's anything in this movie that I'm like, no, that was mid. No, nothing. Everything about it. I love the dynamic between Sydney and Gail. I love that she puts these thoughts in her head. Like at first you're like, oh my God, this reporter bitch, will she get out of her face? I'm glad she got punched. I'm still glad she got punched. But like she's going like tooth and nail defending this guy who allegedly is the one who did all these things. And I love that part where she's like,
been cast.
Oh.
What was her line about the safety that time?
I guess I remember the safety that time.
Yeah.
You dick or something.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard has been cast in Scream 7.
Huh.
And I think that originally Drew Barrymore was supposed to play Sydney.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't want. I was reading about that too. She didn't want to do it. Basically, she was like, "Can I just do something smaller?" So they were like, "Okay."
Yeah,
I'm glad she did. Like, give the brunettes a chance to run away.
Rose McGowan colored her hair specifically for the movie so that there wouldn't be 2 brunette leads.
Really?
That was her idea.
Oh, I like that.
I want to know why Matthew Lillard is cast in Scream 7.
Okay, so the post that I saw about it is real because I was looking for something to post in our stories. I'm like, oh, and I saw that, I was like, that can't be true. And of course, I didn't Google because I was lazy. But they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna figure out a way to explain it because it's a picture of him and he's like holding the mask, and I'm like, oh, you did get older, which means that so did we. So they say. I have no proof other than my elbow and my knees. It's can you guys hear the cops outside?
Yes. They need to relax. They're doing a lot.
I mean, at least they're not just standing waiting for people to come through the wrong door on the fucking subway. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that the dynamic between them where Sydney's like, oh shit, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. You know, like I think that's one of the things that I like most about her character is like at first she's like super defensive, sticking to her guns, but she goes through all these changes and like she's the part that hurts me the most about her is that she's trying to sell herself on like I can't be my boyfriend. I have to believe him. Like, I guess I do need to get over it, which that part breaks my heart because, like, I'm like, dude, it's fucking working. Don't be gaslit by this asshole. But then she like comes around and she's like, oh my God, wait a second. And she doesn't be, I think the other thing I like about her is that even though she's scared, like, she's really fighting for her life the whole time. You know, she never like kind of is like, oh, okay, so, I guess I'm gonna give up. She's like, no, 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 no. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live. I'm gonna stick my fingers in your bullet holes. I'm gonna claw out your face. I'm gonna put on the fucking costume. I'm gonna come after you. I love all of that about her.
Yep. Not in my movie. Ooh.
Yeah, which is really cute. I mean, that whole meta thing about the movies is also one of my. I just like this movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we should wrap up because it's been an hour 15 and I'm sleepy.
I have a question. Did anybody suspect, was it the chief of police, the sergeant, or whomever, a little bit?
No, I didn't.
Because remember when he put out his cigarette, he had the boots. They zoomed him on his boots. So I feel like for a split second, they wanted you to suspect him a little bit.
You know what I thought when I saw his boots? I was waiting for Dewey to drop his ice cream cone because like the guy was like, all right, I'm not supposed to be smoking, I'm gonna get back to work. And like Dewey to feel like, you know, this is a reminder that, oh, you know, he is still a young guy. Because when you're a teenager watching this, you don't think that 25 is like a young person. Like 25 is a whole ass adult. Like this is just making Dewey seem even all more ridiculous. He's like eating an ice cream and like people are being murdered up and down the street. And I like wanted him to like drop the ice cream cone and be serious, and he didn't. And
one of the things I always wondered about the scene where she's in the bathroom at school and Ghostface shows up, was that really one of the killers or was that just a student fucking with her? Because why would he kill her at school?
That was my question.
I always wondered if it was just some, and he doesn't follow her out the bathroom or anything. I always thought it was just like a student being an asshole.
Yeah, it was possible because
there was one, remember?
Yeah, who was running down the hallway.
Yeah.
But like there's the time where she's like she gets cornered in the bathroom.
Yeah. And it's just like you see the shoes come down, and then you never really see that anything. You know, you're just like, oh, is he really here?
Huh. You see the shoes come down, and then slowly the gown thingy comes. Yeah. And then, you know, he attacks her and she runs away, and then that's that.
Yeah. My question about that has always been, you see the guy run down the hall. At that point, she's just left Billy. She runs down the hall into the bathroom. But those two girls were already in there, right? And she hears them leave. So the person with the thing had to have already been in the bathroom.
So how they know she was going to go in the bathroom?
How'd she know? Yeah. They must have already been in there because like either they followed her, but like I said, the two girls would have come out of the stall. She would have seen them when they were coming because she goes when she hears her coming out of the stall, right? And then they leave and it's just her.
Yeah, because if he had gone in while they were coming out, like,
yeah, I don't know, maybe somebody had gone in there and was like pretending or like waiting to scare her or scare somebody. Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah. It'll always be a mystery. And I like that. I like that it's not all worked out.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go watch the movie and have so many more questions.
That's the work of art that it is. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Now I'm gonna want some of that popcorn from Casey's stove.
Jiffy Pop.
The Jiffy Pop.
You think it's gonna be.
I actually hadn't watched this in years and years and years, and I'm so glad I did because even though I knew I loved it, I think I forgot how much I loved it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I hadn't watched it in forever until last time I was at home, and it was on TV, so I caught the second half of it. But watching it again, like I said earlier, like I wasn't afraid, but I still enjoyed every second of it. Like every second. Like, of course, a jump scare at the end where he like sits up. He's like, "This is where the killer sits up for his final scare." Like that part gets me almost every time, and I love that it's a headshot. I'm always like, "Why didn't she just fucking shoot him in the head the first time?" But
Well,
okay,
because she's not a shooter. Like who knows where she was aiming?
gotta get that kill shot. I shot his dick off. But,
She's just a teenage girl who's not in the military or a police officer or had any gun training. Like,
yeah. Well, I hope she learned her lesson.
I mean, based on the follow-up movies, she absolutely did.
Yeah. So that's all that stuff I really like, and I will continue to watch it again. Like if it was on right now, if we close the stream and I turn on, I was on right now, I would continue to watch it.
I'm going to go watch it.
That's just like great. But
to watch this evening, and then I was like, oh shit, I have a stream.
Right. Let's watch prom night and think about Tuesday. Maybe we'll do prom night on Tuesday.
Maybe.
So I did a quick Google before after I put my little one to bed. Did you guys know that the title of the movie was inspired by Michael Jackson's song Scream?
Yes.
I did not, but I hoped that there were similarities.
And it was supposed to originally be called Scary Movie.
Yep. Which now I realize is the reason for the spoof title.
Yeah. Well, shout out to this movie. Shout out to Scream Queens. I mean, my award for Scream Queen of this movie goes to Casey's mom. Nobody screamed better than that the entire movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Casey, baby. Oof.
Yeah.
As a mother, it really, like you said, it just really hits different.
Should we give Jackie a boon and a curse?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Boon and a curse. We have been playing our game for spooky season. We call it a boon and a curse. Make a wish, whatever you want, and we will give you, because the magic always comes with a price. You make your wish, it'll come true.
And you have to do it out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
How else are we going to curse you?
Curse me?
Yes,
a boon and a curse.
And a curse.
A wish.
It's Fae rules, you know? You can't make a deal with the Fae people or like the demons and stuff and not have it come at a cost. There's always a catch.
Are there certain stipulations,
whatever
rules?
You want. Whatever you want.
I wish that I'm just going to be completely honest here. I wish that my little one learns to potty train better.
You wish that he would learn to poop on the potty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your wish will come true, and he will be really, really good at pooping on the potty. Except the toilet will always get clogged, and your plungers will never be anywhere around.
I have a guy for that, man. I'm good.
All right. He's going to learn how to poop on the potty, and he's going to be perfect at it. He knows exactly what to do and when to do it, but he's going to find it way more funny to hide poop in other places.
I will take it.
So he can
take it as long as it's anywhere but where it currently is.
Yeah, he can poop on the potty, but he's gonna think it's funny to, maybe hide it in the pot cabinet or under a rug.
Can I change my wish then?
Nope.
That's it. You got your wish.
Your wish came true.
Damn.
We need a chime or something, Tanya. Oh, you know what? Next time I'll ring my bell.
You need those church bells, Nikki. Those communion bells.
Yeah. Microphone.
I don't have any bells or anything up here.
Oh God.
It is so.
And so shall it be.
We have spoken. All right. Well, that's spooky season. We guess it's a wrap, possibly. Tanya, do we have anything coming up?
No. Oh, wait. Interview with the Vampire.
Ooh, yeah.
Which version?
We're doing
the show.
Season
Those will be purely podcast episodes, so those will not be live streams.
Mhm.
So, subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. 1,000 Eyes in One, if you
Yeah.
forgot. And those episodes will pop up whenever we record them.
And we're gonna do Night of the Seven Kingdoms ahead of the January 18th
Yes.
premiere.
So we should
Can't wait to get back
terrific-
into our Game of Thrones world. Westeros, we're coming back.
I just started House of the Dragon.
Oh, good.
You can watch.
It's a very slow
all the
start, but we'll
rest
see.
of us. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Jackie,
Rest up.
stay here. Don't go anywhere. Follow Jackie on her TikTok and her Instagram. You can find her at hold on. Tanya, can you type? I can't reach up anymore. At Jack Sheb 21, correct? What's your
No,
TikTok?
just Jack should be.
Jack Shebe.
Yep.
Jack Shebe, I guess. You can
JAC.
SHEB.
Yep. Funny TikToks, quality content.
Sorry. JACSHEB.
Mm-hmm. I have no niche. I'm all over the place.
All over the place. If you like irreverent shit, go check out her Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I think that might be the funniest thing that I've ever seen. And yeah, check her out. Follow her. Like the videos that she makes on TikTok stores. And,
Hi, thanks.
help her buy me good stuff for Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's it. We'll be back with books and TVs and maybe prom night and maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see.
And yeah,
Harry.
Christmas movies are up next.
Ooh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Time for the awkward pause.
We'll be right